Hello everyone, and today I'll be reading a multi-character Executor by me. So let's get into it. Neuvillette and you had never fought before. You had never intended to. And the two of you were far too in love to ever consider doing that to one another. You would never want to hurt his feelings. And you would never want to hurt him. Not in a way that would make him so upset and so sad. Most of all he wanted was just a solution to this problem the two of you seemed to have. He seemed to be terribly upset about something, and it was fair. You were hiding a secret from him, but you just wanted to be able to have time to be able to ready yourself for telling him everything. But in Neuvillette's mind, a lot of doubts began to enter, and they began making him doubt many things about your relationship. He started to doubt if he even trusted you in the first place, and why you seemed to be so secretive. He had no idea why you were acting this way, but he had hoped that things would come to an end, that you would tell him. And you kept delaying, you kept avoiding, and that was hurtful beyond anything else. Wyan, my darling, please, you need to talk to me. We need to be honest with each other. I can't keep going on like this. Neuvillette, you understand, it's not about you. That's not the reason why I'm not telling you anything. It's me. I need some time. And then things will be easier for both of us. I can promise you that. And he hesitates. He's hurt by what you're saying. It's been a month now. A month since you started acting so weirdly towards him. And things have been flipped upside down. And he's supposed to be okay with it? To not ask questions? Wyan, I can't tolerate this any longer, he says, his voice getting louder and louder. And you shook your head. Look, Neuvillette, I can see that you're mad, so I will just go away until you manage to collect yourself and calm down. You say, about to leave when he grips your wrist, and his grip is so tight, so painful, that it actually leaves a bruise. And he looks into your eyes with so much hurt. But when he pulls away and sees the bruise that he left behind, he's stunned. Wyan, I didn't mean it. Oh, my dear Wyan, I am very sorry. Please, come here. I can take you to a doctor. So this will be treated, he says. And you're crying, not because it hurts that much. It doesn't. But the fact that he was able to do something like this to you, accident or not, and his heart shattered. That day, it didn't stop raining, night till morning. And he kept apologizing to you, telling you that he'd be more understanding, he'd be more patient. He didn't mean to hurt you at all. His emotions got the best of him. But you were still a little bit upset. You knew you'd make up with him later. You knew it was just a tiny accident. And his grip getting so tight was just a desperate attempt to keep you from leaving him. So, you nod, and you tell him that it'll be okay. You just need a couple of few days, and then you will tell him everything, and you'll be back to him too. Neuvillette is grateful, and although he feels very guilty, he understands that what you did could have been preventable. But it's not the worst thing that could have happened. Not that he assumes there could be worse. But it's something you can go back from. something you can learn from, not a point of no return. So he waits, this time more patiently than ever. After all, you told him the waiting period would not reach a week, and he can do that. He can wait for 10 days, a week, or even less, if it means that he knows the truth by the end of all of this. If he knows what you're hiding, what you're keeping from him, and why the two of you have been drifting apart. And then, when you do tell him, it's something rather serious. Of course it would be. Of course it's something worrying. But it's more than a relief to hear you. Surely it's not the best of situations the two of you have been put in. And what you did was not good news. But he heard you all the same, holding you within his arms, surrounding you with love and warmth. I understand your fears, Bayan, and I understand why you waited so much. But I promise you, I will be by your side, and I will not let you go through all of this alone, he said, and that had warmed your heart. In fact, you felt like you wanted to cry, just from how loved he managed to make you feel. With him, you had no doubts about how wanted you could be, because he was obvious and very loud with the way he wanted you. And I'm sorry about what happened that day. You know there will be no repeat of it, right? And he nodded, hugging him tightly. I know, and I'm not mad at you anymore, Neuvillette. I was just shocked, I suppose. And you should have been. I shouldn't have hurt you like that. But we're now past talking about it. You tell him, hugging him tightly. I promise, I'm just fine. And more importantly, I think we'll be okay. I'm sorry for hiding things from you for so long. And I'm sorry for keeping you in the dark. I didn't realize how worried you became, and how anxious you were. And the two of you had realized that you made your own mistakes, each different in their own ways, but they were mistakes all the same. Things you would learn from, and things you would be able to improve upon, so they would not happen again.